How you holding up? You guys are pretty beat up to me right now.
Yeah, I think we're doing okay. We've been coming in and getting treatment and recovering well. So.
What was special about the win against Iowa State?
It was a fun game, I thought, and I just thought we played more as a team than we have all year. I thought we passed the ball really well, and that was just fun to see. And I think everyone contributed, so it was kind of cool to see that.
Thinking back to the Kansas game, what in your opinion went wrong in that game?
We put together 3 good quarters, and then we got to the 4th one, and we just couldn't finish. I think we just kind of rushed a lot towards the end, and I think if we had slowed down a little bit, I think the time would have helped us.
When you say rushed your shots against the big girl, things like, or just trying to play catch up, or trying to, they made that run and you guys had that bad spell there.
Yeah.
What was it, you think, just a combination of all those things?
Yeah, a combination. They were making their run, and we were trying to keep up with them and taking quick shots, and I think had we spent it a little bit more time, like running the clock down, I think that would have benefited us.
Okay. So maybe taking too quick shots in the shot clock.
And I think, we've learned that since then. If you look at the Iowa State game, that's what we did. We used the clock to our advantage.
Knowing that you guys have a few key injuries, maybe you're going to be down a player or a few players, how do you, approach that and not let it bring the locker room down, let it bring girls down, especially coming off the win that you're coming off of? But, you lose 3 people within a span of a few days. It's not exactly an ideal time for it to happen.
Yeah, definitely not fun to go through that or have that happen at this point in the season, but I think we have people that can step up off the bench and fill those spots, and I think we can continue to play that the way we are.
Did you kind of showcase that against Iowa State? I mean, you mentioned earlier, everybody contributed. Obviously, you came off the bench. I know you hit the big 3 to end the 3rd quarter, I believe, and Isis had a pretty good game, and Sarah did too. Is that the recipe for success moving forward if, some of these players are out for a little bit or an extended amount of time?
Yeah, I think so. I think the players that did come off the bench and came in the game, I thought we did give good minutes, and we still look the same as we did before.
Danny, can you speak to Isis's growth this season? I mean, she has started to play a little bit more of a significant role. Your thoughts on where she's improved and why you feel you can rely on her in a situation like this?
It's been fun getting to watch Isis play. When she scores, I think the bench always goes crazy, but I thought she's done really well scoring around the rim and getting rebounds for us. So I think that just makes everyone more confident to throw the ball inside and just let her do her thing in there. So.
Well, when you have a matchup like Kansas with their 6'6" center, I mean, that's very important, an important matchup.
Yeah. That'll be a challenge, I think, but you'll just have to read the defense and take what you can get.
I would assume making jump shots is going to be important on Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll need to hit some outside shots and some mid-rangers, but inside might be a little difficult, but if she's 6'6" is out and lands open, take advantage of it while we can.
So you obviously got to get her moving a little bit and try to move the ball and get her from the same spot, right?
Yeah.
How do you,
Go ahead.
I was knowing that you got a road trip coming up, and obviously you guys have done a pretty good job protecting home court. How do you approach this game tomorrow? I mean, not to say you can't win it, obviously, but statistically you have a better chance at home, and I mean it's a team that beat you the first time, so you're trying to get even. But it seems like with what their record is, with your record is, and you guys are pretty similar position. There's a lot of importance and relevance to this game.
Yeah, I think we just have to keep our aggressive mindset and continue how we've been playing and improving, and I think that's what we need to do to get this next win.
You surprised that Iowa State beat Texas?
Honestly, I'm not surprised by anyone who beats anyone in this conference. I feel like it's kind of been all over the place this season, and I think anyone has the opportunity and chance to win. I think it'll just come down to game time, who steps up in that moment to win the games.
Are you someone who believes in good matchups and bad matchups? I mean, some teams just seem to play better against others. Do you buy into that any? I
do. I think the game of basketball is about matchups, and if you're able to find your advantage and use that against the team that you're playing, that's going to benefit you. If you can exploit that mismatch.
Right.
So.
Danny, you've been fifth season of college basketball, and you mentioned the grind earlier. Is the grind more difficult in the Big 12 Conference? And is there anything at West Virginia that's available to you now that makes it maybe easier to go through?
I'd say the grind's a little tougher. Like, it's just bigger competition, and like it just takes a little bit more out of you during the games. I definitely have a lot more resources here than what I did at Western. We're lucky here to have like our own athletic trainer and everything we need in that room to help us recover and get ready for the next game.
About to travel. I mean, they're all airplane trips. I mean, you're, like I said, mentioned before you were here, you're going to a different time zone. It's not like you're in the same time zone. You've got back-to-back trips. You're going to have another one coming up here with Texas and Texas Tech. Just speak to that a little bit. It's kind of a unique deal, isn't it?
Yeah. Personally, I like traveling. I feel like it kind of gives me some free time to get work done or read books that I like reading or play games with my teammates. I just try to think more about that than like the negatives of it.
Right.
And it's just like a travel day. It's something you have to do.
Just kind of embrace it. And,
Yeah.
I mean, you think about it, it's like being a pro, except you guys got charters and WNBA doesn't. Right?
Yeah.
How does it compare to your previous stops in terms of travel? I mean, like the grind of the road trip, the length of them, I'm sure is a little bit more significant here when you're going 2 and 3 hours away consistently.
Yeah, the length of the travel is a little different. And just like this day, like we had like a couple trips. We've done the 1 5-day, and we have another one, the Texas one coming up. That's different. That's not something we've always done. So it does get tiring, but you just gotta get through it, push through.
You think it will help you postseason-wise? I mean, to go through this grind, the way you have to go through this grind in this league, and because that's what you have in postseason, you think it's going to be helpful?
Oh yeah, I definitely think it prepares us for the postseason tournament. I'm not sure what other teams' travel schedules are, how long they have between games, but I think just using those 2 long tournaments or 2 long trips as a way to prepare for the tournament will benefit us.
And how do you keep yourself fresh? I mean, you have to, obviously everything has to go right to move on and advance. How do you go through that and keep your mind fresh, your body fresh, everything?
Yeah, just having a positive attitude about it, and then just recovery, like getting your rest, using whatever available resources we have to recover with our athletic trainer.
You're an avid reader?
I kind of picked it up during COVID.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What are you reading right now?
Well, I actually just finished one of the Colleen Hoover's books, so I need to find another book right now.
So I've seen that you guys post some stuff about the books you're reading. Are there other avid readers on the team that you guys share books amongst yourselves?
Me and Sarah and Savannah have kind of just swapped books around recently, so.
Book of the Month Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We tried to get Colleen Hoover to interact with our account, but we couldn't get her to.
You tried?
Yeah, I tagged her in that post, but.
Gotcha.
All right, any other questions for Danny?
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Danny.